Good morning, Fort Worth. It is 16th January, this Thursday. Michelle, take over for a minute. I gotta clear my throat.
Good morning, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
So much good stuff I want to talk about today. That's all I had.
Okay, well, I know I can't count on you now. Let's get into the weather.
I don't want to.
As soon as I started talking, I was like, nope, that's not going to work. All right, good morning. Welcome to the Fort Worth Roots Morning Show. We've got full long episodes, but these morning episodes are only supposed to be 20 to 30 minutes long. We're going to try real hard, talk real fast, and get this thing over with so you can get to work and enjoy this on your way to work during your commute. All right, the weather. Today, 63 for a high, 42 for a low. Friday, 66 for a high, 36 for a low. Saturday, 48 with 23 for a low. And Sunday, 36 for a high, 20 for a low. Next week, a few showers are possible. So let me look here at Friday, 17%. That's the highest chance of precipitation over the weekend. But I had people telling me yesterday that they thought we were going to have like an icy weekend. I'm like,
snow. I
was like, I read the weather every day, and I haven't seen anything, I don't think, unless I've been dropping the ball. But then yesterday, I saw the salt lines on the road, and I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was like old salt. I don't think it could be.
Do people also throw down dirt?
You can throw whatever you want, Michelle.
Yeah.
It's America. You're an American.
Throw down.
All right, we're going to get into these stories real quick, but if somebody's watching the video, they're wondering why there's a severed head on the table. You want to get into that?
Yeah. No, this is my son's going to barber school. Shout out to Williams Barber College. They're in the near east side, south side neighborhood. And, so he's at the stage where you have to start cutting hair, so...
I didn't know that. I knew you were going to massage school. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, we're both enrolled. Yeah, we're like ships passing in the night now.
Okay.
Make his top ramen and he'll survive. He's done it up to now. Okay. So, yeah, this is, it's kind of creepy. It's very androgynous, right? Is that the term?
It's got a beard and lady hair. So
it's transitioning. I just
got all
don't
the
know
hair.
Which direction it's going.
Right. Well,
Makes me
I guess
oddly
that's up to the barber, right?
And
really?
Scared at the same time, doesn't it? If you look deep into its eyes.
Not even a little bit.
I braided its mustache. I braided its mustache.
We got Michelle here with us today from the Body Scrubbery, and every once in a while I'm able to talk her into dragging her butt out of bed early and guesting on the show.
So easy to do, though, with such good content this morning.
You do have some great content. Yeah. We're going to read off some of the details from 3 of the contestants that are going to be joining us February 14th for the dating show, the Fort Worth dating show. We'll get into that in just a minute. Let's get through our segments here. We got National Day of. It is National Fig Newton Day.
Oh, I love my Fig Newtons.
I know, but does it need a day? Appreciate a Dragon Day. Okay, we're just all... in our imaginations this morning. National Fig Newton Day, yep. National Good Teen Day, doesn't exist. National Nothing Day, great. Well, let's click on it. National Nothing Day. National Nothing Day, January 16th. Ever been caught doing nothing and shamed into feeling lazier than the average person? Rest assured that might not happen today. January 6th, no, it will happen today because nobody knows about your holiday. January 16th, National Nothing Day. National Nothing Day has been celebrated since 1973 by like 10 people. Since the trappings and pomp of the holiday literally add up to nothing, like its namesake, there's not a lot to tell. A mind teaser does occur to us. This is the dumbest one I've seen so far. Mm-hmm. Poorly written National today. All right, onward. This day in history. Let's see what we got here. Roman Empire begins, 27 BCE, not going into it. 1547. Ivan the Terrible. Who was that? Ivan the Terrible. He sounds like a bad guy. 16-year-old Ivan. Oh, see?
It's a teenager.
Yeah, teens. Watch out for them. Begins a 37-year reign over Russia that will see him popular with common folk, feared by the nobility, prone to bouts of mental illness, and earning the infamous nickname Ivan the Terrible in 1547. All right, onward. 1919, Prohibition begins. For all you people that enjoy alcohol, this was a bad day for you if you were in January 16th, 1919. banning the making, selling, or transport of intoxicating liquors for beverage purposes. The 18th Amendment is ratified by the U.S. after a strong push by a loose coalition of dry crusaders. Prohibition won't go into effect for another year, but will be repealed in 1933, also known as the worst 14 years in American history. All right, 1938, jazz at Carnegie Hall. A full house greets Benny Goodman and his band, Count Basie's band, and members of Duke Ellington's orchestra, as the first jazz and swing music concert is held at New York's famed Carnegie Hall. It's 1938. So I guess that's the genesis, kind of jazz. Cool. Right on. Okay, and we get into our news stories for you. Just some local stuff going on. We see a national news story that has some relevance. We will pick it up and tell you guys about it. Let's just go ahead. I was going through the news stories, and I'm like, everybody is talking about it, thinking about it. Maybe not everybody. Inevitably, there'll be somebody out there that hasn't thought of this. But for a lot of people, I think TikTok has over 120 or 130 million users here in the U.S. They're thinking about it. Will TikTok get banned? We'll get into that in just a minute. I'm not going to read off the stories. I'm just going to give you all the stupid headlines. But we got Sky Viper up in the air. Let's see what he's got going on this morning. Mr. Matt Stubbs, good morning.
Good morning, Fort Worth Roots Podcast. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Did you know that we have a birthday today?
Who's the birthday?
Inside the Fort Worth Roots universe, Mr. Dustin Snyder from the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast. It's his birthday today.
Yeah. Who's that guy?
I really don't have any idea. I've just got this note from a Susanna Ramona? Susie Ramone. She says, be sure and wish Dustin Schneider a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Dustin Schneider.
Dustin, happy birthday.
What we got going on up there, Mr. Stubbs?
Oh, man, let's look over here, fly over to I-35. Let me check it real quick. Got a disabled vehicle causing a minor delay near US 287 Decatur. The shoulder lane is affected, so give yourself a little extra time going through there.
I love it when we get country Stubbs. It's my favorite.
Down Fort Worth. We got usual morning congestion, particularly around I-30 and I-35, where it comes together there. There's no major incidents, just a little slowdown, a little bottleneck. Got to look out there.
Excellent.
Let's fly over to 820 to check it out here. See, looks like we got some delays where 820 and I-20 come together right outside of Arlington. So keep your patience there and try not to pull jammy out.
Cool.
That's about it, sir.
What you got cooking this weekend? It's our Thursday episode, so we got to do weekend stuff.
Yeah, I got to get ready to go out there and meet Mr. Dustin Schneider.
I thought he was in Cali.
That's where I'm going.
Oh, that's right.
Get my stuff all ready.
You're flying out.
So,
what's the big event out there? NAMM. Tell us a little bit about NAMM real quick.
It is the National Association of Music Merchants. It's basically a big guitar center. And we go out there every year to Newport Beach and hang out and look at the scenery and the cool toys that they have. So it'll be fun. Fun time for podcasters and musicians.
When are you expecting to be back? We going to have Sky Viper Monday?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be going out next Thursday. He went early. So.
Okay. Cool, man. Well, thank you for calling in today, and we don't say it enough, but we appreciate the hell out of you, Mr. Matt Stubbs.
Yeah, I had to get Candy out of jail yesterday.
Oh, God, what happened?
Sorry about that. Yeah, she decided to go on a little shopping spree with no clothes on.
Dang it, man. That's not
She's
good.
a wild pilot.
She's a wild human.
She is a wild human.
We ought to subject her to scientists so they can study that creature. She shouldn't be alive, really. She definitely shouldn't. She shouldn't be flying that helicopter right now. That's not good.
Yeah, her alcohol level, I'm sure, is tapered down a little bit since 4 o'clock this morning. So
yeah,
she's the drunkest pilot at FW.
All right,
Only
brother.
in the Sky Viper for the Fort Worth Roots podcast.
We appreciate you. Y'all get y'all land safe and have a great weekend. We will see you Monday.
All right, sir. Stay warm.
All right, brother. See you. Thank you. Mr. Matt Stubbs from the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast, the longest-running North Texas podcast, and it's great. They've got the best chat room that you can enjoy during a live podcast recording. All right, so TikTok bans. Here's the headlines. I'm not going into any of the stories. I will tell you that this morning I did hear from a couple of people that I consider to be reputable news sources, and they think that the ban has been held. Like it's not over, but they're not going to enforce it on the date that they were expecting, giving them a little bit more time to figure the situation out. USA Today says, will TikTok be banned? What to know about SCOTUS? Okay. Al Jazeera, Donald Trump plans to save TikTok from looming U.S. ban. That was 35 minutes ago. Let's see. Forbes, TikTok CEO will reportedly attend Trump's inauguration. Kissing the ring, as it would. The Indian Express, as TikTok ban in the U.S. nears, can VPNs keep the app alive for Americans? And then Forbes, another Forbes. Supreme Court didn't rule on TikTok ban today. What to know as justices, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you can read on. There's lots of stories distracting you from all the other important stuff. So who cares? It's an app. It's a social media app, and we should get rid of all of them. Okay, onward. The Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. This is by Catherine Miller at the Fort Worth Report, January 15th. The Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo is back in town. Here's what to check out in 2025. Get ready to dust off your boots for one of Fort Worth's largest annual events. The Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo is the city's oldest event, attracting over 1 million visitors annually. From January 17th through February 8th, the Stock Show and Rodeo will host a myriad of events celebrating the city's rich Western history and culture. And here at Hoppin, where we record the show, the morning show, Monday through Thursday, and released to you by 8 a.m. across platforms all over the interwebs, they're going to try to keep it very stock show and rodeo-esque. We're going to have live music and activities here to draw in those 1 million visitors. And don't think it's just for the tourists. You guys are welcome to come out here, enjoy the 58 taps on the wall, THC seltzers, craft beers, wine, and a full cocktail bar. And during the month of January, if you bring your food receipt in here, or if you come hang out with us and you order like Grubhub or something like that, if you will show them your food order receipt, they're going to give you $10 off your tab. So,
wow.
Yeah, pretty sweet deal here in January as we
anticipate
the stock show and rodeo.
Have you been to a show?
I used to go every year.
Yeah.
I used to go on Bulls Night Out, and I love it. And if you've never been, it's definitely worth your time. I love going through the I want to call it like a vendor market, but it's more than that. It's like the expo, and they've got all these big name vendors from companies all over the U.S. in one of their rooms. I think they might actually have 2 big display rooms, but it's cool. The only thing I don't like about it is everybody loves it, and so it's packed, and so you're moving through there kind of like sardines sometimes. But really cool stuff. You've got innovative companies that are showcasing stuff that's never been seen before. Anyway, so that's cool, but the rodeo itself is amazing. And if you haven't been to the Stock Show and Rodeo since they opened up Dickey's Arena, that is an entirely new experience. I used to watch it all the time at the Will Rogers Coliseum, and that was really cool. But the first year that they did the Stock Show and Rodeo at Dickey's, we walked over to Will Rogers because it's connected. And we got to go in through the back and kind of peruse the old arena, and it was hilarious because we had just watched the rodeo, and we're like, damn, did we used to do all of that in here? It was crazy. And it's not just rodeo, like it's a full show. They do wagon racing, where they have horses and wagons, and they've got sponsors on each one of the wagons, and they'll race each other, and I don't know. It's really cool. I love that. And so the bull riding, of course, and then women's barrel racing is also one of my favorites.
Not your mama's stock show.
So have you been?
I'm great. Thanks for asking.
Have
been.
Jesus Christ.
It's still her. I'm the one without a coffee here.
My name's not Ben.
I have only gone to the the stock show, the
Coliseum, Cowtown Coliseum.
No, the place downtown. You don't want me on your charades team.
I love it when you're on the show. Give me more.
Yeah, the place where people come and visit when they come here to Fort Worth.
Are you talking about
the stockyards?
Stockyards.
Yeah,
okay.
the stockyards. So I imagine that it's like 10 times bigger.
So, but you've never been to the rodeo?
This one?
Any rodeo
I
here
have
in
been
Fort Worth?
to a rodeo down at the
Stockyards.
Stockyards.
That's Cowtown Coliseum.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got through that.
It's so painful.
It's okay. We made it.
I need a drink.
All right, we're in the right place. Okay, next story. All these are from the Fort Worth report. Let's see here. Who's running for Fort Worth City Council in 2025? Here are the candidates for May 3rd election. Onward. Let's see, under 4 months until election. Council seats up for grabs on May 3rd. Where are the names? Come on, let's go. This story is by Cecilia Linzen and Emily Wolf. Emily Wolf's done a bunch of our stories. Okay. Mayor Maddie Parker, incumbent. Parker has served as mayor since 21. Here's something you might not know. Mayor Maddie Parker currently works as chief of staff for Cook Children's Healthcare System. Parker is a licensed attorney, if you didn't know that about our mayor. All right, Josh Lucas. Lucas is a member of the interfaith advocacy organization Justice Network of Tarrant County. Never heard of it. He has been involved in the push to reform the Tarrant County Jail. Well, somebody needs to. In my opinion.
People dying down there.
I mean, I don't know anything. And listen, if you do everything right 99 times and you mess up one time, everybody's going to talk about the one time you messed up. So I'm sure our folks over there at Tarrant County Jail, hold on one second. I'm sure 99% of the time, or even more, they do a great job at whatever they do. And so it sucks that everybody hyper-focuses on the bad. But the bad is really, really bad. So what do they need? I don't know. I just read the headlines. But I'm glad somebody's looking into it. Lucas previously served as a campaign treasurer for judge candidate Cindy Stormer. Lucas has not formally filed, but announced his candidacy for 2025 and appointed a campaign treasurer. So definitely running. Lawrence Walker. Walker is an entrepreneur who founded consulting company PCU. He is a member of the Polytechnic Heights Neighborhood Association. Never heard of it. Walker is not formally filed either. District 2. It doesn't say what district that was. How long is this? We're not going through all these names. Holy crap. There's a lot. Anyway.
What did you start?
Well, we're done with that. Let's see here. Go to fortworthreport.org. It's a very thorough article by Cecilia Linzen and Emily Wolf, and you can see all of the candidates that are running for the May 3rd election. How's that? Fair enough?
Excellent.
Cool. And shout out to our friends at Tarrant County Jail. I hope we never meet. Police investigation of Fort Worth Museum exhibition sparks concern from artist. This sounded crazy, so I wanted to read it. As police continue to investigate allegations of child pornography involving 4 photographs featured in a modern art museum of Fort Worth exhibit, some Tarrant County artists raised concerns about the potential long-term effects of the city's cultural institution. Earlier this month, the Fort Worth Police Department launched an investigation into decades-old images by Virginia-born photographer Sally Mann that were featured as part of the recently unveiled Diaries of Home exhibition. Modern describes the theme of the exhibition as exploring the multi-layered concepts of family, community, and home. Tarrant County officials, including County Judge Tim O'Hare, raised concerns about the exhibition in several articles published by the Dallas Express, a conservative news website led by former Republican congressional candidate Chris Putnam. Mann had 21 pieces included in the Diaries of Home exhibition, co-curated by Chief Curator Andrea Carnes and Assistant Curator Claire Milliken, including a handful from the 1980s that featured the artist, then young children. The images removed from the exhibit include a photo centered on Mann's naked daughter jumping onto a picnic table and another portrait of her son with popsicle drips running down his torso, legs, and
I thought that it might be something
genitals.
like, I mean,
Okay.
we were all, you know,
like, what's the deal?
topless 6-year-olds running around, you know. But
I don't
I was
know.
wondering if it was like.
Well, that bottom.
I got to see the pictures.
I don't want to see it. The last one about the popsicle drips sounds pretty ridiculous.
We all had
so.
popsicles on our face back then.
Did you see the bottom word? That's what I just read off.
Oh.
So I don't know. I don't want to see it.
I got to see it for myself. I just, you know,
Well,
find it hard to believe.
I don't have to make the decision, so I don't have to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, space news real quick, and then we're going to get into what Michelle brought us today, and then some events from around the city of Fort Worth over the weekend. That's what we do on our Thursday episode, is get you up to date with what's happening over the weekend. So, bully. SpaceX is aiming for another try to launch Starship Flight 7 today. I know they did a launch yesterday, so I'm surprised that this is happening today, and we already found one error in this article, so forgive me if this is not accurate. After standing down from previous launch dates, SpaceX has another launch window scheduled to open at 5 p.m. To launch Starship on its 7th flight test. As on Starship's 2 previous test flights, SpaceX will attempt to catch the rocket Super Heavy booster with the chopstick arms on its launch tower. They don't always do this, depending on kind of the circumstances, but they have these 2 big arms that extend off of a tower, and it catches the rocket as it comes back down to Earth. And I think that we have seen so much with AI and technology that doesn't sound that crazy, but this giant object, which weighs dozens of tons, hurling towards the Earth like a rock, and this thing reaches out and grabs it without damaging the rocket. That's crazy. The tower that we're describing is a skyscraper. So if you can imagine a large building in downtown Fort Worth with big arms on it, catching rockets as they fall out of the sky, that's pretty wild. Anyway, we're doing that. That's a real thing.
I just have this visual of like this very stiff robotic thing trying to pick up something, and it just flips around and it just slips away like a robot.
To be in your head for one day. What if life on Venus is just life from Earth? Here's some articles that you can find on the same website. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin launches massive New Glenn rocket into orbit on its first flight. 2 NASA astronauts repair X-ray telescope on the ISS during ISS. I shouldn't call it ISIS. That's not even what that is. ISS during a spacewalk today. Space Mountain at 50. 5 nods to NASA from the Walt Disney World ride. Battlestar Galactica at 20, the show that reinvented space opera. That's offensive. Space opera? Okay. We got any Battlestar Galactica fans out there that think it's a space opera? That's ridiculous. Okay. Did you ever watch Battlestar Galactica?
I feel like I did.
You feel like you did?
It was a couple years younger than I like beyond.
So you just
I
have
was
a
too young
foggy
to watch.
recollection of it?
Yeah, I think it was something like my brother's 4 years older than me. I think he watched it, but I remember like show me a picture of it. Was it that little robot guy with his little arms?
Oh, you're thinking of Lost in Space.
Oh, maybe yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. They redid that, by the way, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
They did 3 seasons and then broke our hearts and never came back. Or maybe it was only 2 seasons. Anyway, you nerd. Let's talk a little bit about this Fort Worth dating game happening on February 14th. Can you give us some details?
Yeah, so we have the dating game Fort Worth, and this first show is going to be done in relationship with the Fort Worth Single Ready to Mingle group. And we're really excited to be doing that with them. And it's going to be here at Hoppin on February 14th.
Even though this is the inaugural event that we're going to do with the show, and
we're jumping right in.
We're preparing to take it to other locations and have fun all over Fort Worth.
Absolutely.
But even though it's the first one, we've already got 50 to 100 people ready to
We're projecting
show
somewhere, close to 100 people coming. Of course, there's just like the endless people that I've enrolled in the last. It's going to be so fun, and we're going to do it just like the 70s. If you're familiar, the 70s game show. called The Dating Game.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, I recommend Googling YouTube Arnold Schwarzenegger, The Dating Game, and you'll watch a fabulous example of what the show is all about.
I want to see that clip.
Yeah.
You probably sent it to me.
Yeah. So we're going to have a little, there's some pre-show singles mingling before the actual show. So 6:30 to 7:30, there's that. And we're going to be doing audience participation as far as coming up with questions, and we might have our own questions for the audience. And then the show is going to be just like the traditional show. You're going to have your main contestant, and then so like one guy and three gals, and they're not going to be able to see each other. And we're going to talk a little bit about all the contestants, and then we're going to. They get the main person gets to ask questions, and bachelor number one, and then we're gonna flip that. There's gonna be a main gal and then three guys, and we've got contestants already lined up. Also, if you are interested in participating in this fun activity, email media@fortworthroots.com, and we will make contact with you. And
make sure in the subject line for the email you put LOVE. So
yes,
that I know what
exactly.
you want.
Yeah, and we're trying to keep it to, like a certain age range. I think this first one's going to be like 25 to 35-ish. And then we'll do another one that's like 45, 70-ish.
Yeah, something like that. 40 to 70, my God.
But yeah, and then afterwards there's going to be more mingling. And so the show, I know we're going to go wardrobe shopping, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I'm super excited with Megan.
Oh, really?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
on
We're
the
going
docket?
to get our outfits. I had a hair consultation yesterday. It's going to be over the top fun. and definitely, it can be tiring being single. I'm a single person myself. And it's like, you don't want to, it just gets old, like pushing yourself out there and for just trying to meet someone and swiping all this craziness, right? It's just a real crazy world. This is just a fun gathering of people who happen to be single. That and actually I have some married friends that are gonna come too, and who cares?
Yeah, it's going to be a
it's
spectacle.
just gonna be really fun,
Yeah.
and God bless these people who are stepping up to jump right on in. All the excitement.
I would do it.
And there's going to be prizes. We're throwing down like some body scrubs, massages, drink coupons. And so afterwards, if there's a love, there'll be, I think for after the show, it's good that there's going to be some extra time, because then the winners can decide if, they actually want to go out on dates.
Right. Yeah.
No obligation.
Yeah. You don't have
If
to
you
actually
choose to go
on
hang
it.
out after the show, you are on your own.
Yeah. We release ourselves from any
You can
liability.
We do not discriminate against age, race, sexual orientation,
Right.
income.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're a single person and you want to meet some people, cool. But also, and I think more importantly, this is just going to be a fun time. And we'd love for all of you to come out and just see what kind of craziness we get into. This being the first off, it's going to be maybe a little rough around the edges, but we're going to keep it going. And bottom line is we're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a blast. Absolutely.
That will be at Hoppin February 14th. The pre-show starts at 6:30, and then the game show will start at 7:30. And for more details, you can follow along at Fort Worth Roots on Instagram, TikTok, if it's still around, and Facebook.
Because it's always funny to watch other people make an ass out of themselves.
That's the only reason people listen to this show, so they can hear me screw things up. Now, you got some details that you're going to share with us about 3 of the contestants.
We've got some contestants.
Now, don't give
here.
us any last names. No personal information.
Phone numbers?
No phone numbers.
Okay,
all right, who's this?
So we got Carlos. Carlos is a utility technician.
Shout out Carlos.
Loves cars, home DIY improvement projects. He is, and then we wanted, like I said, we're trying to get it into sort of an age range. I mean, for the most part, someone who's 20, unless you're dating Madonna, don't want to date someone who's 65. But hey,
I wouldn't date
more
Madonna.
power to her.
20 years ago, maybe.
He is 31 years of age, and he is looking for someone between 18 and 30.
Onward.
We've got Karen. She is a bartender. She loves reading, plants, and her cats. And she is looking for someone in the range of 55 to 70.
Excellent. Onward.
And we have Champagne, and she is a transportation manager. Champagne loves plants, being a mom, working out at the gym, and her little DJ mix-in.
We always need a DJ. I'll have to get with her after the show about that
I
DJ
gotta work
stuff.
on my.
Squeaky, squeaky.
It sounds like I'm cleaning glass, right?
All right.
Anyway, she is 39 years of age and looking for someone between 34 and 45. Very realistic. I would
Very
say
reasonable.
the more realistic your choices, the more realistic it is that we'll find a love connection. So I think we're going to be doing
gonna be
a
great.
raffle every hour too.
We're going to do all sorts of
Yeah.
fun stuff. And we're,
I'm going broke with this thing.
like
We're just kidding.
like Michelle said, we're coordinating with the with Shelly, right?
Shh.
Sherry.
Damn you.
I keep messing it up.
God
and now
damn
I don't
you.
know the difference. It's Shelly.
Well, we were. Sharon.
Sherry? It's Sherry or Shelly,
my
and I keep
phone.
mixing it up. It's okay.
Yeah.
Our friend at the Fort Worth Singles Group on Facebook
Singles ready to mingle.
is going to help us put this together, and we're brainstorming. We got a group
Yeah,
chat
she does
going.
a very successful
need
monthly
to-
mingling, and I think there's something going down at the side saddle.
I've got it right
down
here,
there in the
actually.
stockyards.
Or I had it right here.
Yeah.
Here we
Why
go.
don't you redeem
Where
yourself?
are we at, Andrew? Okay. Rodeo kickoff party at Side Saddle Saloon in the Stockyards. We're into the events now. It's Sherry. Sherry, I'm so sorry.
So,
Sherry's awesome. She's a super sweetheart. Only talked to her on the phone once, but she's all about this event, and we're going to have a great time putting this together. And I'm going to tattoo your name on my wrist so I don't forget anymore. Thank you, Sherry. Yeah, so today at 5 p.m., rodeo kickoff party at Side Saddle Saloon in the Stockyards. And I was just about to tell everybody my sad story about this morning. I slept in. I hit my alarm clock, and you know how it goes whenever you're running late. Everything goes wrong. There was a 10-pound shit on the carpet from the dog. My coffee cup was in my car, which is a problem because I need it under the coffee pot. I know. Anyway, I was running late today, so we're going to get through this together. I am on Facebook events right now. So that's Fort Worth Singles Ready to Mingle. You can find them on Facebook. Let's see. What else we got this weekend? Dallas has some soul food festival. We don't care. Whatever, Dallas. The Great Junk Hunt, also in Dallas. Never mind. What's all this Dallas crap? Get out of here. Okay, here we go. Bubble Run Fort Worth 2025. This is going to be at Texas Motor Speedway, Saturday, March 22nd. Don't miss out on good, clean fun.
is it in the morning? It's going to be cold.
7 a.m. Yep. Oh, my God, you're right. They're going to do this when it's 22 degrees outside.
Ice bubbles.
That's where the ice is coming from. That's why they're putting
Better to
salt
slip
down.
and slide.
Porter's Grill grand opening in Godley. Porter's Grill grand opening at Del Norte Market Days, 125 TX 171 in Godley. And 98 people are interested in going. Let's see. Dickey's Arena, Mercy Me's playing. That's Thursday, May 1st. We don't care about that. Okay. Is that all that's happening this weekend? Come on now. Let's get back into it. There's a gun show. No. Texas LTC class in Weatherford this Sunday at 10 a.m. January Dance. Event Center in Springtown. Looking for some shows, man. Here's a good one. The Michelle Taylor Band at Lynn's Saloon. Lynn's is in Azle. It's right before you get to like the Main Street exit in Azle on the right-hand side on the shoulder. The Michelle Taylor Band at Lynn's Saloon. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? Bunch of Azle stuff. All sorts of stuff. Okay. See, this is what happens when you're not prepared, folks. I'm scanning through here, and I'm not seeing any of the big ones. Make sure and follow along at Hoppin FWTX for awesome events happening right here at Hoppin. This place is excellent. You guys need to check it out. And if you have an event coming up, this is a great event space. The event capacity keeps growing every time I talk to Michael because we get larger and larger groups in here, and it's working out great. The patio on the side with the fire pit and the patio furniture and the cornhole games and the Connect 4 board and all that stuff, it doesn't look like that big of a patio, but when you start putting bodies out there, it's actually pretty good size. It's deceptively huge, but the fire pit's awesome, and they have additional taps on the wall out there as well. So whatever kind of event you got coming up, you got a bar mitzvah, wedding reception, birthday party, anniversary. What's another weird event that you could throw? Michelle.
Coming out party.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that here. Bring 100 friends.
Gender reveal party.
Gender reveal, but none of those clouds of blue and pink dye.
Oh, well, that's a must. Do it outside next to the cornhole.
I have to grab a piece of paper, and I would love it if you would tell our friends about the Body Scrubbery.
Yeah. So, Body Scrubbery is located downtown Fort Worth. The core services are massage and a way of warm salt and oil body scrubs. And, of course, we also do facials and mud wraps and foot treatments and back treatments. And that is what I'll be doing over the weekend. That's pretty much what my weekends consist of, making other people feel good.
You did great. You did great, kid. All right, on the 18th, this Saturday here at Hoppin, we have got comedy night with Paul Vargas at 8 p.m. And this isn't like the open mics that we've been putting on. This is one of those big-name comedians, and it's going to be a really good show. Go to Instagram, Hoppin, FWTX, and click on their bio so you can get to the link for the tickets. Paul Vargas. If you want to Google this guy, it's Varghese. I've been talking to people around town, and they're like, oh, yeah, that guy's hilarious. And he's going to have some really good opener. So, apparently, allegedly. So that's what's going on this weekend here at Hoppin. Excellent. All right. Shout out to all of our sponsors that make this possible. You can find them on our website at fortworthroots.com. Hit that Trusted Sponsors tab so that you can see how to spend your hard-earned dollars on Fort Worth local businesses. Keep Fort Worth dollars in Fort Worth pockets, I always say. And we're getting a big revamp. Our newest sponsor is putting together a new website for us. So I'd love for you to go check out the old website so you can just see how dog-s it is and how nice it's going to look later.
This is the Fort Worth Roots?
This is the Fort Worth Roots.
Website.
Yeah, the website, yeah.
Oh, very cool. Nice.
You got anything for folks before we get out of here?
No, I have absolutely nothing.
Okay. Well, folks, y'all have an excellent weekend. Go out and support a local business, even if it's, not one of our sponsors. We'd love for you to support our sponsors because they've taken such good care of us. But make sure you shop local. And we had 2 days of just ice and kind of drudgery where all the local businesses had to kind of either shut their doors or just bring staff in for a very light day of business. So they need it. This month of January has been kind of rough on them. January is typically rough for retailers and restaurants and bars anyway, just because everybody's exhausted and financially destroyed from Christmas.
All those snow days.
So go out and support yourself a local business this weekend. If you're going to go get a hamburger, choose a local place instead of a chain.
There's no reason to go anywhere outside the city limits.
If you're going to
do it all here,
buy yourself some clothes, maybe go to one of these cool vintage places. We got one right here in the Foundry too.
We'll have to do a video.
Oh, and by the way, if you spend any money at any of the places in the Foundry, whether it's Doc Records, M&O Grill, Thrive Apothecary, or any of the other ones, you can bring that receipt in here to Hoppin and get 20%. Yeah, 20%. You can get 20% off your tab.
I was it was $10 off.
No, that's if you bring a food receipt in the month of January. Yeah, that's a separate deal entirely. Sure, bring your stuffed animal, and we'll take a picture. By the way, there's a photo kiosk here that you can stand in front of and take your picture, and it'll email it to you, and it'll send it to the Hoppin server, and then they'll put it up on their page and be like, hey, look at this person that took a picture at our photo booth. That's also a thing here. Okay, I feel like I'm missing something.
No, I think we were very thorough.
We do good? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, hold on just a second. I want to tell you all about our Tuesday thing at McFly's real quick. I've got the image here, the graphic. We share all this stuff. We keep you guys up to date on our social media sites.
Did you guys really eat all that pizza?
We had 8 pizzas from Italiano's, and they're huge. And were they not huge?
They were
massive, right? Twice
big.
The size of a normal pizza. We, I think we had 1.5 pizzas left at the end of the night. Well, I say end of the night. I left at like 7:30.
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
I'm gonna have to go try that place.
It was all right. It it's pretty good. But we really do appreciate the deal they gave us. So Italiano's right there in River Oaks. Next Tuesday, Kendi Jean is going to be out there doing a live podcast recording at McFly's from 5 to 7. We're going to have a microphone set up for the audience. So, we want to keep it music related since this is a local musician. She's the fastest growing female artist in our area. Says Fort Worth Roots anyway.
Is Dippy going to be there?
Dippy Dog will be there at 7 o'clock for the Tommy, Luke, and Dippy Dog open mic. But if you have a local business, if you're a creator, if you got anything you want to plug, we're going to have a microphone set up for that episode. Come on out. Do the thing. Be part of the show. We're happy to have you. Okay. I think that's it. You don't have anything else?
No. My life is that boring.
What are you going to do with this head now that the show's over?
I have to go give it back to my son. I think I'm going to have to buy him like 7 more of these things. There's just no way because you can only cut.
They're not cheap either, I'm sure.
I just want to stroke its head.
I just want to stroke
it. It's so.
It's
have you touched
beautiful
it?
hair.
Have you touched it? Touch it.
I brought it
touch
over
it.
here. All right.
Touch it.
Yeah,
touch its
nice.
beard.
That's nice. I feel weird. Okay, we're done with that.
Look, it's got a sexy sway.
It's not. Quit trying to make it sexy. It's not.
Hair over its eyes.
It's a severed head. As you guys move through today and your weekend, we hope that you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Until next week, folks. It's a good day.
Hear me, you're oh so wonderful. I'll never let go, 'cause dreams do come true. And here comes my great day in the morning.